How y'all doing? It's Josh. Today I'm going to be breaking down how one line in my pitch helped me close 5 clients in 7 days. So before we get started, we do have to cover some of the basics, why most pitches aren't closing. So you've probably had good calls, maybe even some strong leads, and you're probably offering the right services, but your sales just aren't closing. You're starting to doubt your pricing, your niche, maybe even your offer, but the real problem might not be most of those things. The market is really saturated with people pitching the same thing. You don't have to stick out with your services or worry about your niche being oversaturated. It's just your pitch. The pitch is the only thing that gets oversaturated in this industry. It's always the same thing, the same way. And even if your results are better, you can still struggle to get these clients. So here's some common mistakes that I've noticed from working with people and helping people and reflecting on my own journey, right? We're pitching deliverables or frameworks instead of outcomes. If you guys know me, you've probably heard me talk about this a lot. This is probably one of the biggest things that I tell people to change when they want to increase their close rate. Most social media marketing agency owners have been pitching like this. We do meta ads, we do your creative testing, we do your media buying, we'll make you a landing page, we'll optimize your website, we'll XYZ, XYZ. No business owner, unless they come to you looking for these things, they're going, why does this matter? Why do I need to optimize my landing page? Why do I need to test creatives? Like, it's just so confusing to them because we're not trying to teach people how to do what we do. We're trying to explain to people how to get to the place they want to be, right? And that we're the solution for that. What the client is hearing is just another service provider. This is all that's going through their head. Clients don't want ads. They want more bookings. They want increased profit. They want freedom from their fulfillment. Depending on your offer, depending on your niche, this is pretty applicable to different business models. These things will change a little bit, but figure out your ICP, your ideal customer profile. We've talked about this before, and work backwards. What problems are these people having? And what are the solutions to that? Now that you understand their problems, what is their what we call dream state? I'll put a little D there. Dream state. Basically, what we want to offer them is a solution that gets them to their dream state. So the real issue is that you're positioning yourself as labor instead of leverage. Pretty much what I just explained a little bit. They're comparing your offer to Fiverr unless you want to reframe what you're actually solving. Guys, if they wanted ads, most business owners are going to go on Google and type in meta ads, right? Facebook ads, Google ads, and this is probably going to be what's going to come up. You want to see what comes up? Under $35. I will Meta Facebook Ads Manager. Sorry, I don't mean to pick on any of these people. I'm just saying. $35 to $60. Even the highest thing that comes up as a result is $145. Now, we're probably pitching a $1,000 to $4,000 a month service. Now, when they hear that number, they're instantly going to relate it back to these things when you're pitching ads. They're going to go, what? $2,000? $2,000 for what? I saw this, my friend is only paying, $300 for this a month, and you're telling me $2,000? Like, what's the difference? Now you've dug yourself into a hole. This is your shovel, and you've just dug yourself in a deep hole of trying to explain why your service is better than those people. And it's going to be impossible because in reality, meta ads are just meta ads. You can be the highest fulfillment. Yes, there is a difference. There is levels to it. Having fulfillment up here versus fulfillment down here, and having $1 billion in ad revenue generated versus 50K, obviously there's going to be a little bit of a skill gap. But most of you guys aren't up here. Most of you guys aren't pitching based off of your previous hundreds of thousands of dollars in spend and your years of experience. You're pitching down at the bottom where your service delivery is probably going to be the same as a wide handful of people. So trying to explain why you can run the best retargeting ads or the best lookalike stacks or the best interest, they're so lost and they're not going to really care. And there's no way that you can fill this hole up enough to get them from the $500 to the $2,000 price tag. They just won't get it. They're never going to get it. So let's go up here. Once I changed this one sentence in my pitch, everything changed. Everything shifted, and I closed 5 clients in 1 week. But let's show you why this actually worked. Most pitches are employee focused. Basically, we're running ads to help you get more customers. This is really transactional and it lacks strategic depth to stand out. It's about your deliverables, like we just talked about, but not about the transformation that the client truly wants. This sounds really simple, but it's kind of hard to implement. So I'm just going to break it down like every step. So just stay with me. Here is the solution. We need to start pitching like a strategist. When you pitch like a strategist, you position yourself as a solution architect. Okay, what are you saying, dude? You're just making these words up. No, what I mean is you are specifically solving their problems. You're building a solution to fix their problems, right? That's what people want. They want to feel special. They want to feel like what you're offering is for them. It's perfect. The key is to focus on the outcome you can deliver, not the process you follow, right? So let's start here. Step 1, reframe the pitch to get, this is the principle of outcome reformation, right? Your current pitch, we're going to run your ads. We're going to help you get more customers. You might make some more money. Hopefully, we'll get you some leads. No one wants to hear that. We're going to reframe this. We install a system that predictably books you 10 plus jobs a week without you lifting a finger. So hopefully you can hear right off the bat the difference between those two pitches. But if you can't, what we're doing is we're focusing on the outcome, which would be 10 jobs a week, and the ease of doing so. In this case, it's the wording without lifting a finger, which is what the client is truly caring about, right? If they think ads equal clients, and they think that you're just providing ads, they might think that the act of you getting the ads up and running is only worth $500. That's the value of the ads to them. The act of you literally uploading meta ads might only in their head be worth $500. But if you can change this to what I just said, they'll get 10 jobs a week and they're not going to have to lift a finger. Basically, they're going to make money without doing anything. The value of that, the convenience of all of that, this is supposed to be an arrow, might be worth multiple thousands, I'll put an X here, thousands of dollars. So if you can just switch these two things from, oh, I provide ads to, oh, I'm providing so much value that's going to get you everything that you want, your service can still remain the same and you'll make so much more money. I think I posted an Instagram reel about this too. If you guys don't follow my Instagram, check it out. I'll link it in the description. And if you have any questions about this whole thing, just send me a DM on Instagram. I'll answer them there. So what this is called is the outcome lock protocol. The line that I added that I'm going to show you in a few minutes was built around locking the transformation into the pitch instead of the mechanism. Now, once again, Josh, what are you saying? Like you're just saying nonsense. No, I'll break it down. So what is outcome locking? So this is a strategic way of framing your pitch so it emphasizes the desired outcome rather than just the service. Pretty much everything I was just talking about right here. So what this does is it helps you build your pitch around the result, which in the example was 10 jobs a week, not the process of getting there. So here's a little visualization. The process, you're focusing on service details versus highlighting the result that your client is going to get. We want this one. We want this one. This one is $3 signs. This one is $1 sign. Same thing, but this is how much they're going to pay you. So, let me not expose the line yet. What is the outcome lock line? I know you guys can't see, my face is in the way, but I had to hide the line for a second. I'll read it. The outcome lock line targets both fear and desire Creating a pitch that resonates emotionally while focusing on the results. And here's how you can implement it. Here's the line. This is what I was saying. Watch. I'll walk you through why it works so perfectly. And don't copy this. I'm going to know if you guys go and you copy this line word for word. Make up your own line, okay? I'll teach you how to do it. So, we remove unpredictability in your pipeline by installing a system that books 10 plus qualified appointments a week without needing you, your team, or referrals. Josh, this sounds like my pitch already. Like, what are you talking about? I told them I was going to run their ads and get them clients. Like, why is this any better and what is this actually doing? Let me break it down for you. So, remove unpredictability this is what's happening in their head when they hear these words. This is solving the emotional tension or the fear of inconsistency. This word unpredictability, this is what they feel is already in their business. They're thinking, I don't know when I'm going to get my next client. I don't know how I'm going to get my next client. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put food on the table because I don't know if I'm getting another client. I need these jobs and it's not predictable. So when you say you're going to remove that, you're not just saying I'll get you jobs. You're saying you'll always have food on your table. Your family will always be supported. Your car will never have to get repoed. You know, there are so many things that might come to their mind when you say you're removing unpredictability, and that's what's hitting them emotionally. You're solving a bigger problem than them not getting clients. You're solving their life. You're literally creating their dream life for them. Here, installing a system. This implies that it's done for you, so they don't have to take on any extra work. When you position yourself, this is the customer, and I've talked about this a lot. When you position yourself as an employee, they see you as something that they have to pay attention to and that they have to boss around and that they have to tell you what to do, and you're pretty much just another task on their plate. This is their plate of tasks, and it's already overflowing, and they're seeing you as another thing that they have to add on to this. And they don't want that. That's why you're getting rejected. When you position yourself as a problem solver that they are coming to listen and to let you implement systems into their business that will help them, they're seeing these things as actually being offloaded. They're seeing less things on their plate because you're taking care of so much for them. You're taking care of, the inbound leads, you're adding systems, you're handling the ads. They see all of these things as things they don't have to worry about instead of you as another thing that they have to worry about. We want to always be positioning ourselves in this spot. We never want to be seen as an employee. We want to be seen as an expert or a specialist or a strategist or someone that the client will actually come to for help instead of going to somebody else and saying, oh, what do I have to tell my employee? What does my employee need to do? And this person gets paid $3 and this person gets paid $1. That's another thing. Your price needs to reflect where you are. Who is going to hire a strategist, right? This is the person, this is your client. Who's going to hire a strategist for $500? Does $500 scream, I am going to fix your whole life, I'm going to elevate your business, I'm going to, get you all these leads, get you these. No, $500 screams, I don't really know what I'm doing, right? That's employee numbers. Employee numbers are $500. You want to know what strategist numbers are? Bro, 2K plus. 2K plus. $2,000 or more. That's strategist numbers. That's wow. That's an expert. That's an expert. Guys, I saw someone the other day charging $350 a month. What does $350 a month tell you? You know what that reminds me of? That's what $350 a month reminds me of. You want to know what 2,000 plus reminds me of? An expert, a coach, a strategist, a specialist, a qualified person. So, 10 plus qualified appointments. I know I went off track. Come back. So, this is a hard, measurable metric that's easy to visualize. When you tell people we'll get a 10-cent cost per click, and we'll get a $5 cost per lead, and your ROAS will be a 4x. And guys, these are just imaginary numbers. You can't even imagine what this is. Nobody knows, and most of these people don't even know if these numbers are good or not, right? Do not pitch these Like maybe cost per lead, because they might care about that one. But all these other ones, like what even is a cost per click? Or we're gonna get you this many impressions, or we're gonna do, I don't know. Give them a measurable metric that they can think about and resonate with. No one can resonate with a cost per click or impressions. They don't even know. I don't even know what impressions means. Are you kidding me? Why would I pitch that? This is the another most important one. Without needing you or your team. So this is promoting freedom and saving them time. This is at the end of the day what all business owners want: freedom and time. Both of these are kind of interchangeable, but I think that freedom implies money. So when you have a lot of money, you can save yourself a lot of time, which gives you freedom, right? So when we trigger these things in our pitch and make the business owner feel like they don't have these things because they don't have us, that's going to make them feel like they need us. They're going to pay us a lot of money, because telling someone you're going to get them freedom and time is worth a lot more money than telling someone you're going to run their ads. Remember? So here's why this works. You're not selling ads, you're selling certainty. Your future state framing. You're putting them, and this is them right here, you're making them think about where they wish they were, right? He wishes he was the king with freedom. You're making them envision this when you're on the call with them. And you're pitching them that in order to get there, invoice. It's truly what it is. You're using tangible language. This is something, like I said, make sure you're doing. Use terms like appointments, revenue, clients, save time, rather than abstract things like impressions or clicks. No one cares about impressions or clicks. People care about appointments. People care about revenue. Do that. Emotional anchoring. You're tapping into their desired future state rather than focusing on technical deliverables. This sounds like a whole bunch of just word soup, but I hope that by now you're starting to catch on. This is important. We need to do this. Don't just pitch people on ads. How many times do I have to say this, guys? Do not pitch ads. Pitch the result, pitch the dream, pitch the life that you get after this. Here's a little bonus tip. Introduce this line right before you reveal the price to anchor the value before discussing cost. Never talk about cost in the DM, because when you mention price, no matter if the price is dreamy, if you tell people you'll do it for free, they're going to have objections. And especially once you start talking about $2,000 a month, right, as a retainer, people are going to have a lot of objections. And it's so much easier for someone to ghost you in the DM and just get in their own head and say, I don't want to even talk about this. I don't even want to see what this could bring me. Like, this can't be right. It's too expensive. Blah, 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 blah. They just won't respond to you in the DM and you're getting cooked. You need to get them on a call. Do not talk about price until the end of your call. You need to show the value. You need to build them up, show the value, get them to their dream state, right? Make them imagine what their life would be with your ads, how their brand would be thriving with your product, and then drop the price bomb. By now, they'll be so attached to this dream of their life with your product that the price won't even, it might still matter to them, but they'll be more willing to hear you out and more willing to talk about, can we do this? Can we do that? Than if you just drop it in the DM. Never do it in the DM. So this sentence structure works so well because of the way that you set up the rest of the pitch. Like I said, you need to be building this value. But again, that might be a video for another time. There's a lot of strategy to pre-selling before the call. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but if you can pre-sell your customers before the call, you're pretty much guaranteed to close once you get on the phone call. If you want to know more, send me a DM on Instagram or join the Discord. I'll have both in the description. But let's move on. The real reason you're getting ghosted is you're missing out on this outcome anchor. Service-based selling is dead. Everyone can deliver the same services, but not everyone can deliver the transformation. So with the outcome anchor, clients don't buy what you do, they're buying what they want to feel after it's done. Write that down if you're taking notes. If you're not taking notes, what are you doing? This is the core concept of outcome anchoring. Typing your offer or tying your offer to their desired future state so tightly it feels like this is the only bridge to get them there. This is a $10,000 sales lesson that I just gave you for free. I'll be honest. If you do not implement this after your video and you're not doing it, I'm telling you, you're missing out on thousands of dollars. So much money. This is so important, guys. Listen, I'll say this one more time. You're tying your offer to their desired future state so tightly that it feels like the only bridge to get there is with your product. Moving on. How I implemented it into my pitches and how you can too. First, let's rewrite our pitch deck. Remove the service focused bullet points, guys. You don't want to get on the call and start talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna anchor them so hard they're gonna love my product. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do meta ads and we're gonna do your website. I'm gonna be mad at you if you tell me this doesn't work and then you show me your pitch deck and this is what it looks like. So remove these bullet points, guys. Don't even talk about them unless you're directly asked, oh, what are some of the systems? Because then you can show off your knowledge. Then you can be like, wow, I really know what I'm talking about. Let me explain how to do this. Let me show my knowledge. But you don't want to focus it on these things, right? Shift the focus entirely to your case studies and future state language like your outcomes. Don't talk about your deliverables. If you talk about systems, right, they're going to be like, what systems? What is the system, right? If I told you ads, you're going to say, oh, okay. No, I could do that. Like, I can do that. There's ego in sales, right? You're trying to, people overestimate their own personal capabilities and they think I can do ads. They think I don't know how to do a system. So change your wording. Now incorporate the outcome lock sentence. I added the lock line right before the price. Like I told you, it's going to carry the emotion, not just the numbers. Come up with your own outcome lock sentence. Find your ICP, like I talked about before. Understand their problems, what their life would look like after they fixed these problems, and pitch the fixed life. Pitch the life. Because if you understand their problems and you know how to fix them, don't pitch them the fixing. Don't pitch them, because meta ads will fix a lack of leads, right? We all know that. If we run lead gen, we understand that meta ads fixes a lack of leads. People don't want meta ads, they want leads. Don't pitch them on meta ads, pitch them on leads. Do you see what I'm saying? Incorporate this. Come up with your own. Change the wording. Think about what emotions it's going to hit. Think about how it's going to tie their dream state to your product. And incorporate it right before the price. Right before the price, drop it. It's $2,000. And they're going to think. They're going to sit there. They're going to go, I really want this. How do we move forward? That's what they're going to say. I'm not kidding. That's what they're going to say. So this pitch might focus, this is before the outcome. The pitch might focus on service details, like we run ads or we create content for you, but after we implement this outcome lock, the focus shifts to the desired outcome. I know I've said this so many times, I'm trying to drill it into your head that this is what you need to do. It's step by step, guys. You don't need to come, I'm giving you every answer, just follow it. We install a system that guarantees 10 appointments per week. Before the line, the focus is on the service itself, which is running ads, which just feels like every other offer they've ever been pitched on the phone or in DMs or cold called or cold DM'd, anything ever. You're literally 1 out of 1 million. That's probably a billion. So after adding the outcome lock line, the pitch shifts to certainty and freedom. The client now sees what they'll actually get, which is predictable results and how it impacts their time and effort. So engaging emotionally, this is one thing you really want to make sure you're doing. Look at these little happy emotions in here. This is what we want them to feel. We want them to feel happy and we want them to feel mad if they don't accept your offer, right? So the outcome lock line taps into the client's desire for certainty and removes the fear of unpredictability. Write that down. Making the pitch feel more like a solution to their problem rather than just a service. The outcome lock line doesn't change the words you say, it changes how the client feels about your offer. Please implement this, guys. Please. I'm tired of seeing people say, I can't sign a client. All my closing calls, they just lock them down. Tie your offer to their solution. Boom. Final takeaway. Let's get this wrapped up. 25 minutes has been long enough. If you don't get it by now, rewatch the video. So, by focusing on the outcomes and implementing the outcome lock line at the right moment in your pitch, you'll move your clients from skepticism to certainty. It's not just about offering a service, it's about giving them the transformation they desire. I encourage you to try rewriting your pitch today. Today. Before you click on another video, rewrite your pitch. Take out the technical details and focus more on how you can deliver a result. Start using the outcome lock line and watch how it engages clients emotionally. People buy off emotion way more than you think. And if you can make them feel like they need your offer, otherwise their business is cooked, they will buy. You need to show the value. You need to create this little gap between where they want to be. This is the little crown of where they want to be and where they are. And you need to make, this is your outcome lock line. I hope I made sense. I hope this made sense. You guys can make so much money by doing this. If you have any questions, send me a DM on Instagram. It's the first link in the bio. We have so many free resources in the Discord. I'll also link that. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions. If you want to know how to get more qualified appointments, I'll say QA, qualified appointments, send me a DM on Instagram. And I hope to see you around. Like, subscribe. This was a shorter one, a little less than 30 minutes. But let's keep this rolling. Let's collect some money. Let's get some wins. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you in the next one.